So here we are, we're in Daegu, and I promised Mona that we check out a Mum's Touch. What is Mum's Touch? Well, if you can imagine a fast food chain that doesn't quite disappoint. You know how when you get a McDonald's, I shouldn't probably say brands, but you know, go to a lot of fast food chains, big picture of a burger on the top with behind the counter with all the beautiful lettuce, and it looks really picturesque, and then you open up the little paper wrapping, and inside is this hugely disappointing version of what's on the wall. Well, unfortunately hello. Unfortunately, the buses have blocked my Mum's Touch. But behind this bus is a Mum's Touch cafe. We haven't been to this one before, so I don't know if it's a good one or not. Oh, okay. So here it is. Anyway, let's get and order something. What should we go for? Now, I will say it is mainly chicken products.
Yeah, just looking on the wall there. Look at
not entirely chicken. There are some beef versions, like a bulgogi beef, and there's one I particularly like, which is with meatballs. Also, the chicken fillet burgers here are to die for. They're lovely. Now, Michelle is going for the thigh burger, best of the best. Which is a chicken thigh, and she swears it's delicious. I really like the chicken fillet, and for some reason it's not popular here in Korea. So the fillet burgers, they're beautiful and moist, but they're actually a little bit less expensive. I've gone for the meatball one, so I'm actually having thigh as well. Yeah, I mean the meatball one, you'll see what I mean by meatball in a moment. But quite often I've taken to liking the fillet burger because it's quite a bit less, and I might actually get one of those to take with me because this is our only meal today. Now, they always say to you, you've got to wait. It's not going to be like straight off the shelf because they cook everything to order. Is it worth it? We're about to find out. This is a place where I first noticed they were doing cans of Pepsi in vintage. So the Pepsis are from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. So I quite like getting a Pepsi can that looks a little bit weird. You see, these are 1990s retro Pepsis. So far I've managed to get the 80s, the 90s and the 2000s, and Michelle said I can't take them to Australia with me.
We can't take empty cans.
So I had to throw them away. Thank you very much, Samina. Thank you.
What year did you get?
1990s, Michelle. So we've got a retro looking 1990s can, and here's a little magic trick you might not have known about. So if you put this down, give it a little rub, put it down on a solid surface and give it a little rub, well, it can turn into a modern day Pepsi can. It's quite amazing, isn't it? Yeah, Michelle. So this is Michelle's best of the best thigh burger. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Here are my fries. They're sort of like a retro, like a crunchy French fry, almost like curly fries without the curl. And that's the first time I've had them on a little silver tray. Normally they just come in a paper packet, but that's quite nice. They're quite delicious. They're very well seasoned, but like everywhere, it's not enough. I want a big mound of them, but you know, you get what you pay for. Now you might say, but there's enough there, Steve, but Michelle doesn't have a set. We don't tend to want like lots of Pepsi and lots of chips, so we just order one set and share these. So I've got to share these with Michelle. Here you go, sweetheart. But this place is all about the burgers. Come down here. They wrap them up, and the clever thing is the packaging becomes the plate. So if you pull the seam out, you end up with this burger. Now look at that. You've got fresh lettuce. You've got almost like a falafel meatball in here. A beautiful piece of fried chicken in the bottom. But look at this. I mean, I'm never going to be able to get my mouth around it, but doesn't that look pretty? Doesn't that look like a burger? It's actually better than what's up on the board behind the counter. Let me tell you a story. The first time I tried this burger, I went to try and bite it, and one of the meatballs, somebody's got their order ready, one of the meatballs just rolled off and onto the floor. There's a song about that somewhere. Will you look at that? 3 beautiful, fat, juicy meatballs. Big slab of thigh chicken, deep fried, boneless.
Oops, the meatball fell out.
Oh no, it did it again. Medic, meatball down. I'm always losing one of my meatballs. Luckily this time it just dropped onto the table and not onto the floor. I think the trick is to admit defeat before you start and say you're not going to get that in your mouth, but you know, I'm going to try anyway. But this time I'm leaning right over. I'm not losing a meatball to the floor. Let's turn this round. Oh man. I'm going to say this is one of the best fast food burgers that I've ever had. I mean, In-N-Out maybe in the USA, In-N-Out made a good burger, but did it look as good as this? I'm not so sure it did. Moss Burgers in Japan? Maybe. I don't know. Mum's Touch at the moment for me. The bun could be better. I think the bun is a little bit sweet, and I'd probably prefer the bread to be a little less sweet. But my, this is a good burger. Let me have another bite, and then you can have a look at Michelle's best of the best. The chicken batter is seasoned perfectly. It's a little bit spicy. You can choose whether you want the meatballs to be more spicy or less. I've gone for the sort of less spicy because even that tends to be quite spicy. Barbecue sauce, mayonnaise. I'll just take one of these out for you so you can see. It's almost like a little falafel. Pretty sure it's beef. There's a little bit of chili in there, a little bit of heat. That was really good. It's a messy burger. It's a messy, a lot of sauce in here. A little bit like the Ramley burger.
Yes.
I forgot about the Ramley burgers as well. They were another good burger. Michelle has just opened up her thigh burger and it looks so good. Now, I'm not filming Michelle eat. It's not what we do on the channel, but she's showing me the inside. That does look lovely and moist. I can really highly recommend this place. Mum's Touch, they're good. And I can tell you now, I come outside because I thought I'd get away from the music and let Michelle have a bit of peace. But I've actually ordered a fillet burger to take away. They also do a garlic fillet burger, which I forgot about. And that one comes with ham and garlic and a chicken fillet. They're working at about 4,500 won for the burger. You don't kind of need the sets unless you really want the Pepsi. It's probably noisier out there, Michelle. Like I say, I'm going to have to wait now because everything's made fresh. I highly recommend Mum's Touch. I think it's a great concept for a chain restaurant. They make everything fresh. The only thing I would say, if I had any criticism at all, is over here, these buns. They're a little bit too sweet and pappy for my liking. I think a lot of other chains have better buns, but very few chains have as well made and tasty ingredients. So let me know what you think. If you've been to Mum's Touch before, what do you think? Do you rate it? Is there somewhere else that you think we should try? Maybe in this part of the world or anywhere around the world, let us know. From Michelle and I, in the meantime, we're going to hit the road. I hope you enjoyed this little look in fast food chain here in Korea, and I probably might come back at some point and try this mac and cheese burger if it's available. Love you all. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Be good. Man, they are so good. If you haven't had In-N-Out animal fries before, now is your chance to make them at home. If you have had them, you are going to be able to recreate something that tastes just like the store-bought ones. A little bit of fun in the kitchen. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. Please share the love, give this one the thumbs up, comment down below, and if you decide to make them, send me across a picture as always. Love to you all. Be good. I'll see you next time. And just like In-N-Out fries, my fingers are covered in sauce. These are so delicious. Now, if you didn't see the double animal style earlier on, I'll leave a link up here to it on my channel and a link to another video. Please share the love and subscribe to the channel. Comment because I love to hear what you have to say. Take care. See you next time.